Tell you what, folks, I'm really taking my life in my hands here with this piece of junk.
What, because you're actually going to ride in his wheel truck instead of his Tonka toy?
Oh, boy.
My truck even sounds better. That's rock and roll.
Think we'll lose any of those?
Nope.
We're going to have an accident, you know that?
What?
Air guitar while driving. At least it's not texting, right?
Well, I can do that too.
No, I don't think so. We better keep it on the road, you crazy keykeeper. Alright, let's see. We lost any buckets yet? No, but that one back there getting a little bit on the edge. Now this looks a bit different since the last time you saw it.
I think it needs a healthy coating of duct tape.
It's been liberated, folks. Now you can see it in all its glory without having to flounder around in castle cow crap.
I had the Tonka toy get stuck.
Now, I never did get it stuck, but
Yeah, you did. We had to rock it out.
take that. Well, that was because I was being stupid, but
Is there any other
taking that funny. Taking that little S10 through a cow pasture is not very nice to it. Probably should have got a ZR2 or something.
Yeah, taking my full-size truck doesn't make any difference to it except it's bumpy as hell.
I don't know. The frame's rusty enough; it might fall in too.
Yeah, well.
But that's not the point of the video. The point of the video is this tractor's been liberated from its prison out in the barn down there. Well, I don't know. Somebody disconnected the battery lead. Probably me. It won't start. Yeah, it's gotten filthy. Tell you what, folks, this clutch pedal really filling me with a lot of reassurance here.
It's like the brake pedal on.
I think I'll make sure it's out of gear, because I would hate to hit the big brown piece of crap.
Yeah, I didn't even have you hit it.
Keykeeper needs a lot more than I would, though. Alright, let's see. I hooked the battery up. Yeah, got a big helping of that. Let's top that off a little later with the diesel pump. Let's see if it'll turn over. Okay, I think we've just witnessed a miracle, because that battery has been sitting out here for like months, and I didn't even bother to tighten those terminals down. That's pretty darn amazing. No, the way it would work is the battery would be from the Reagan administration. Oh, it does. Probably turned into something approaching molasses at this point. Gasoline, who knows how old the gasoline is? That's probably from like the Nixon or the Carter administration or something. How was the brush cover? Good. I don't believe it. That boy is a duct tape fiend. Okay, so all kidding aside, the only things that we really need to make this tractor functional again, we need some new wiring here on the low voltage side of things. We need the wire coming from the high tension output on the coil to the feed and the distributor assembly. Probably could use a set of points, maybe a cap, and maybe a rotor too, you know, given how long those have probably been on there.
We got plug wires.
And we do have plug wires.
Brand new spark plugs put in there.
We need plug wires. We've got all of those things. And we also need some kind of a pipe cap for our hydraulic system so it doesn't completely leak out if there's anything in there to start with, which there may or may not be. It's very hard to tell. But that is the latest status update on this poor old Farmall Super C. It's been liberated from the barn. It still turns over. We probably ought to put a can on the exhaust pipe so a bunch of water doesn't get down in there. We had that happen with the Alice Chalmers, the crank start one out at the other farm a couple of months ago. We pulled that thing to start it. That's not big enough. We pulled that thing to start it, and it had gotten a whole bunch of water in the exhaust manifold. You should have seen how much water and grease and crap blew out of there. Not a good way to treat a tractor. So I see what he's going to do. He's going to cut the top off of that. And we'll put it on top of there to keep water out of this little engine. Well, now we're out at the other farm, and the keykeeper is getting ready to do a little bit of further tilling on this garden. Apparently our grandfather wants it tilled up a bit more than it is, and so he's getting ready to do that. We're going to move that tractor over there so we can mow the tall grass around it. And he's actually using the little tiny tiller. I thought you were going to use the Craftsman tiller for that, but I guess not.
That's too big. It doesn't do a very good job breaking up the big dirt piles.
We're not using the really big Troy-built tiller with the self-propelled transmission that can drag you around the garden for hours at a time.
That thing's voice tillers.
Oh yeah, electric start and the whole 9 yards. I guess you pick your poison. You either be dragged around the garden or you can be bounced around it like you're on a trampoline. See if this thing starts here. It's a 2-cycle engine, so it's probably evil.
It's a 4-cycle engine.
Oh, it is? I thought that was a little 2-cycle engine.
No, it's 4-cycle. It burns straight gasoline.
Well, of all things, that is a tiny little 4-cycle engine. Pretty quiet, really. Funny. Almost had a breakdown. Almost lost his air cleaner housing there. That wouldn't have done.
Gotta get some Loctite on that wing nut.
This stuff that looks like a bunch of weeds and things, this is actually an asparagus patch. And year after year we have asparagus here, time and again, which is kind of cool. It's also nice that this stuff comes back after you accidentally mow it down because you didn't know what it was. Not that I'd know anything about that, of course. Okay, the keykeeper's found something here in the garden. What did he find?
This is the third one of these I've seen out here this year.
Aww! Look at that, everybody. It's a little toad. Say hi to the camera, Toad. Cricket. No, they don't make that noise. Got to admit, I'm very surprised by how dry this soil is, considering all the rain that we've had around here. Oh, listen to that. He's just got to rev everything up. I better get out of his way. Remember that part about how the keykeeper said he was going to put a little bit of Loctite on that thing?
This is clearly a General Motors design.
General Motors design. Pretty funny boy. I have all the GM fanboys up in arms saying something like that.
I didn't say that. My truck.
Of course, if it was stuck on there, it'd be a Toyota product.
Yeah.
Oh man. But you know what? I think describing that thing as a GM product is actually fairly apt because everything on a GM product except the powertrain falls off.
Right.
Oh man, good times. That boy is out of his mind. Now here we have, I think these are supposed to be big pumpkins, aren't they? They're supposed to like grow to be 200 pounds or something like that, and we've never managed to have that happen. We're out here giving them a little bit of a drink because this ground definitely looks dry. Like I said before, it's kind of odd considering just how much rain we've really had.
Well, we've had nothing compared to down south.
Yeah, that's true. I love that noise.
It's funny.
long time to fill that thing.
It's a positive question.
Yes, it is.
My shoelace is untied. Your tongue's tied in something.
I think that thing might be a weed, and we even watered it. He's had kind of an off season this year.
Yeah.
But the key keeper has been in some kind of therapy, I guess, and he's back on his game.
Go.
10 points!
Woo! Okay, well, we're done here. Anything else to do?
Well, what about the tractor? We were going to move that.
Right. What
Whoops.
about the old hours? Well, we're going to pull it.
Not going to crank it, huh?
No, we ain't going to crank it. We're lazy rednecks. We don't... Oh, we got two of them.
Well, that means we can put one tractor on one end and pickup truck on the other and have two birds pulling opposite ends of the same worm.
The tractor's going to win, though, because it's got claw tires on it.
Yep.
Claw tires, I guess what you call them. Alright, let's go get ourselves a tractor.
Going to gig us a varmint.
My truck's got a tail. I've tried that once, it doesn't work. Even on ice.
Somebody shamelessly borrowed the seat from our tractor.
Found it! I found my seat! Yay!
Oh, man.
Come here.
That's too much. No. It's boxing. It's not seating.
When we had this on the trailer, we forgot to take the seat off. Going down the highway doing this number.
That's very nice. All right. So you think you've got it out of gear, huh?
Yeah, and the parking brakes are off.
Nothing like pulling it with the truck and having nobody on it to disprove that theory, huh? Get to chase the tractor around the barn lot.
Gas in it.
All right, let's see what happens here. Probably nothing good. That's good. You got it out of there. Wow, just about stopped level with the barn, too. That's pretty good.
Right for a moment, it's going to go in the dip by the cornholes.